Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2. Thanks for deciding to watch the next video in this.
You willing to do some work?
In a minute, doing my intro. I get a kick out of that. In this game, the best way to break away from a conversation, because sometimes you just don't have an option of let's talk later. Sometimes you don't have the option, so the best thing you can do is actually just walk away, which I find really funny, because they must think you're an absolute asshole. Especially considering he's still staring at me. But right, this episode, in its entirety, is going to be doing things within Sanctuary here, doing our base building stuff. So, yeah. You can go ahead and skip this one if you're not interested in the base building. The next one will be more questing and stuff. Sorry about that. Game crashed again. The only quests we are doing this episode are things from within Sanctuary. You know, I'm not even close to him. How is he talking to me? Okay, whatever. I think you get what I'm talking about. Let's just...
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
Right, some people in the comments, the first video already went up, some people were saying that I should turn up the voice audio, and I agree, it is kind of quiet. So we'll try that, and if it's still too quiet, then I can mess around a little bit outside the game and get that fixed for you guys. Another thing, someone was saying that reloading in VATS is not free, it actually does have a small AP cost. You're right. I misspoke. I meant it's discount, not exactly free, but the discount is really, really steep. I mean, the AP cost of reloading is very, very low, whereas the actual real time you're undefended while you're reloading is not very, it is a lot longer compared to the AP you could spend, so it's just a really good deal. Pushing a bunch of wheels around. There was something else I was said in the comments I want to respond to. Oh, right. A few people corrected me on dog meat with... No. Listen to me. Trade. Right, I need to hit T for equip on that. That's right. I actually forgot you can do that. I don't know why I didn't think of it, considering I did that with human companions, so I don't know why it didn't come to mind that I have to do it with dog meat, but he's got goggles now, which looks hilarious.
With one bullet? Come on. What do you take me for?
It's true. I might not look it, but back in the day, I had quite the shot.
Yeah, or quite the imagination.
Right, anyway, so you don't have to hit E on the workbench if you want to go around and fix things. You could just hold down V or middle mouse button by default, I believe. V or middle mouse button both work. But first thing I want to do is clean the place up. So we're going to go around and start scrapping things that we don't really need. In general, things that highlight in yellow are things you could probably afford to scrap, unless you like how they look, because you're not able to move them around. I don't care about the cinder blocks. So we're going to be scrapping things for the first little while here. I'm actually going to leave that knocked over, because I like having the access there. Right, so one thing that'll speed this up a lot if you're doing this at home, I think I'm going to leave this stuff just because it looks nice, is the game tells you that every time you have to scrap and you need to confirm that you need to hit Enter to scrap. You could also just hit E, which is right next to R, which is what you have to hit to start the scrapping, so I would recommend you just hit E. It's a lot faster. It's really important that you clean up the bits of ruined house, by the way, because you get concrete from it, which is not something that you get a lot of immediately. So, we're almost definitely gonna miss some stuff, and I will be cleaning up some things that highlight green, just not all of it. It's really important that you actually go around and start cleaning this stuff up. And I can see some people thinking it's kind of tedious. Pretty understandable. But I actually kind of like this kind of thing, even though I'm fully admitting it is basically just busy work. I'm not going to get rid of all the trees or anything. I also find one of the most important things to do is clean up the ruined houses that are actually, like, up here, not just the ones that fell down into the river. Whoa, right. No, I don't want my minigun. Hey, dog meat. Fucking where were you on that one, buddy? Right. It's, you know what? Do I have 2 as my baton? Okay. Good to know, because there are going to be some rad roaches in a few of these houses still. I like to clean up a lot of the ruined houses immediately, because the foundation for it you can both use to make new houses, because it's flat, so you don't get levitating houses, which I think looks terrible. You can also use it if you just need to place a bunch of structures for people to use. I like to clear a lot of room by the entrance here, because I'm going to have a lot of turrets there and stuff for base defense, which I find Sanctuary never really gets attacked. Like, on my other save file, I'm like level 25. Again, not far in the main story or anything, but I've been killing a lot and doing a lot of base building, and that levels you up. So, level 25, not bad, and I think my Sanctuary has been attacked twice? And it was by really low-level raiders, considering how high level I was at the time that I fought them. So, I don't know why it did that. I'm also reflexively going back to hitting enter, just because I didn't know you could hit E for a long time. Alright, we cleaned up a lot of the logs out here. Sanctuary's got a little bit of a weird border. A lot of the places do. Oh, can I... Yes. Concrete and ceramics are good for building structures, I believe. I guess ceramics you actually use for quite a few things. And fun fact, these dog houses, dog meat will actually use the dog houses if dog meat is not your active companion. Can I not get rid of that log? That's gonna bug me. Alright, well, we're going into a new house, so... Gotta be ready for an enemy. It's looking like nothing dangerous in here. Alright, let's clean up the house. So, one thing you're going to want to get rid of, bed frames. Because they can't be moved around, no point keeping them, and they take up a lot of floor space. Weed whackers are great to get rid of as well. Contents transferred to workshop, okay. It's also a really good idea to get rid of... was it? Anything that has screws in it, so filing cabinets tend to have screws. I guess I'll move the grill outside for aesthetic. I don't know why it was sitting in the bedroom anyway. No, I don't care too much about prettying this place up right now. Do I even want to get rid of the kitchen unit stuff? There's not really much of a point. I also tend to get rid of rugs early on. Not always, but sometimes. Because rugs give you cloth, and super early on, before you've left the base, cloth is kind of in high demand. Once you've left the base and gone out into the world, though, a lot of loot you get will give you cloth, so it's not in high demand for long. Another thing that people tend to need a lot of, and until you really have a good money flow going, or you find a particularly good place to loot, you're going to be low in it, is copper, because you need it for any kind of electronic. You also use up 1 copper every time you connect a wire to something. This one's not my house, is it? No, I don't think it is. It looks like we've already... Yeah, this is one of the ones we cleared out already, because they're bloat fly corpses, which I believe do go away after a while. Alright, there's a safe there. Now, I don't know if you can actually just scrap the safe and get everything from it, but it's a novice one, so let's just pick it.
Got it.
Yeah, I like all of that. Oh, let's clean this up. Were you trying to talk to me? Because you just went away.
Codsworth.
Mr. King, welcome back, sir. I do hope you were able to find some assistance in Concord.
Do you not see all these new people walking around?
You could say that. I made a few new friends.
Can't have enough of those these days. I realize that I'm no Mr. Gutsy, but if needed, I'd be honored to accompany you throughout the Commonwealth. Just say the word.
Not yet.
No, not now.
All right, then.
I do like Codsworth, though. Haven't used him as a companion before, but I've been told he's quite good. So, I'll probably give him a chance at some time, or at some point. Alright, get rid of that. This is a lot of resources there. I tend to like to use this little flat area here as a trading hub for once I get local leader high enough to start making shops. Although, I think you might be able to bypass even needing level 2 of local leader if you just get 2 of that skill that, what is it? Discounts on something. Discounts on... I believe always you sell things for a higher price and, that kind of thing. Just better deals in shops. Oh, this place is pretty messed up. It's better deals in shops, and that one is pretty good. And if you get level 2 of it, then you can make emporiums, which are just really good and expensive shops. And if you get that without having level 2 local leader, I think you might bypass the need of it altogether. Could be wrong, though. I guess we'll see. Also, the hell? That was weird. They were, like, attached. Alright, I'll organize that some other time. Something I probably should have said at the beginning of the episode, before people tuned out and skipped the episode because they might not be into... I didn't know that had physics. Because they might not be into the building episodes. I had a lot of people comment and say, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but blah, 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 blah. I read them because I read every comment. I get emailed for every comment. So if you ever say something that says, like, spoiler, but... just don't post the comment, because in my email, there isn't that scroll down, drop down thing. I'm just gonna open up an email, and it's just gonna say spoiler and say all the things, and I just looked at it, so there's no hiding that, so just don't post it, please. And if you're starting a comment with, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but, just don't post the comment. I saw them. None of the things that people said on the last episode might be spoilers were spoilers. I don't think any of those are spoilers, but... if you're wondering whether it's a spoiler or not, please just don't leave the comment. Like, just don't tell me.
That's it.
Because I'd rather not risk it. Anyway, I think that's all we need to do in here. Actually, what's that thing on the wall? Yeah, that can go. That's all needs to be done there right now. I'll probably do a more thorough one at some point. I just really go through and clean sweep things. I think I got rid of every ruined house, which is the most important thing to get rid of. Cap stash. Right, I think I was already in this one. So I just want to make sure that every house is cleared of enemies. Ah, right, this is the one Codsworth hangs out in. Is this one my house? No. Oh, that reminds me, I actually need to run over to my house. So my house is always across from the workshop, so this one's my house. Don't know why Codsworth isn't hanging out in my house, but okay. Let's do a little bit of cleaning. Right, so right here is your special, and this is where you get to get a free point from it. I don't think I can back out of this, can I? No. What do I want to get, actually, with this point? I actually don't know. I think I might pick up strength. I could take a free charisma point, because the sooner you get the charisma, the better. I think I'll take the strength. Alright, right, we still need to figure out where I want to put this point. Big Sale Cap Collector, that's what's called. Cap Collector at level 2 unlocks really good shops to buy and build. However, you may, I'm not entirely sure, need Local Leader here, which requires 6 Charisma. Although level 1 of Local Leader alone is very, very good. Just don't know if level 2 is worth it. But do I have any more keeps me alive things that I desperately need? Strung back's unlocked. I don't think I'll need it, but strung back is nice. Because if not, I think I might just go ahead and take Armorer now. I consider Armorer to be a little bit more important than Gun Nut, but both Armorer and Gun Nut I consider to be just about mandatory. I should also take Awareness at some point. You see the damage resistance of each body part that you target in VATS. I've never used it, but sounds like it's probably quite good. A lot of things I still need. We'll look into that a little bit later. Okay, let's get on finishing this quest. Okay, build beds. Let's go around and build some beds. Right, that's furniture, beds. Now, if we do sleeping bags, it requires the least cloth, but let's give them some proper beds. So the first ones, I like to just build inside pre-existing rooms. But later on, I probably will get lazy and start throwing down a bunch of sleeping bags under an awning. Because, I mean, nothing says you can't. So, you'll see at the top of the screen there, it says water, food, all that stuff. And there are certain ones that are in red. Red means you need more of it. Bed in the bathroom. Right, why'd I leave that? I need to get rid of that bed frame. And let's get rid of that too. And for people who like to sleep outside, why not? Oh, Sturgis wants to talk now. Although I would like more beds soon for future-proofing reasons.
Sturgis.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's spirits. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
Yep.
I'm on it. Clean water coming up.
Great. Thanks again.
Alright. So this is the first big money maker of the game, I find. Oh, how'd I miss this one? That's a ruined house. There we go. First big money maker of the game, purified water. I like to make a massive, massive water source. Oh, hey. God, where the hell is dog meat when you need him? Hi, dog meat. Thanks for the cover there, buddy. So, if we want some purified water, the way to get a little bit of it with electricity is just by making a water pump. But you can get a lot more if you just use a water purifier. So that's going to use up 4 copper. And then if I want a generator, that'll give me at least 5 power. We'll use 3 copper, so we wouldn't have enough for both the generator and the really big water purifier. God, the copper wouldn't be that hard to get, though. But at the same time, I already said at the beginning of the video I'm not leaving this area, this episode, so for now we're getting a smaller water purifier. So these electric ones are quite a bit better than just your standard one. And requires 2 power, I believe. Let's double check that. Requires 2 power. So we could just build a weak generator here. I'm going to have all the generators in the city right here anyway, so that it's away from everyone else not generating a lot of noise, and I'll have wires running up. So, to save on resources, we're doing that. And to connect a wire requires 1 copper. Oh, might be out of range. There, you can see we now have 10 water. So whatever's not being drank will be going into the storage for the town, and selling purified water en masse doesn't weigh very much and gets you a lot of caps. So it's a big moneymaker, I find, is having a massive surplus of purified water. And plus, purified water is just a really good healing item. It's very, very slow at healing if you're on survival difficulty. However, it still does heal you a lot. So next we need food and defense, but I'm sure he's going to tell me to get food next, so let's go talk to him. Food's a little bit harder to get because you actually need people to work on it.
Hey, Sturgis.
I feel better already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind me asking for some more help, but our food supplies are running low. If we're gonna settle here, we'll need to get some crops established.
Yep.
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
Okay, let's go ahead and remove that stump, and also... I want to hit R for transfer here. And just take all of the valuable things. And then hit T for store all junk. And any junk we pick up will go into storage and will be used for building now, which is very useful. Do that every time you're in town. It is very important. And luckily we are a high-strength character, so it's not so... we don't need to be very picky with picking up junk. So, what do we have here? It says provide food. It's giving me some waypoints. Local map? Oops. Local map. It's telling me to go places. Why? Is it because there are crops there to pick? Well, we have melons here.
Seems to be growing well.
Oh, it's marking off everyone in the village so I can assign them to things. Okay. Well, I like to have all the crops in one area. Makes it a lot more convenient. So we can actually move these. Actually, you know what? If I just go to resource food, all I have to plant are melons, great. Then I might as well just put them there. Come on. Oh, that's finicky. Now, I think she's already set to farming. It looks like she's farming, at least. Yeah, when I highlight her, it highlights all of that. They've gotta fucking patch and update the UI for this. Have just a fucking menu for this stuff, because it sucks assigning a lot of people to a lot of things. I need to actually go track down Sturgis again, because I think if I ask what kinds of food, he'll give me some food to plant. Because I actually don't have much. You are Junlong. Sturgis?
I
Sturgis.
just want to trade a few things.
No, I
Find
don't...
a nice spot of ground and plant whatever you've got. Anything fresh will be a great change for us.
Really? No, talk to
Can
me.
we trade a few things?
No, I don't want to... I wanted to go back on the old dialogue.
And remember to assign somebody to take care of the crops.
God damn it.
Need looking after if we're gonna harvest it.
I wanted to go back and just say to him, hey, I need crops. Because I'm pretty sure if you say, like, what kinds of crops, he just gives you crops. Am I really just shit out of luck on that? Alright, well, I have a solution without leaving town because I don't want to break my promise. Well, not that I promised, but you know what I mean. That was a misclick. My solution? Beat dog meat to death. My solution is to find a bed. Let's just build another bed. That was a misclick again. Good for future-proofing, and also, let's just sleep for a day. Now, I don't know what's with this, but when you wait, it seems like it arbitrarily picks how long it takes for an hour to go by. Like, some of these hours go by a lot faster than other ones. But I can tell you, it didn't do this in any previous Oblivion game that had this same sleep mechanic. Oblivion, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Skyrim, they didn't have this weird inconsistent sleeping thing. It usually is not too annoying, but it's really annoying if you're trying to do things like this. Like, if you need to sleep for a full day, then Aid. 1 purified water. Great, I was hoping for melons. Well, let's go manually check the melons, see if any grew. No! So they're probably a slow-growing crop. Alright, what am I gonna do? I need the food, because I want to keep working on this place. I don't think I'm gonna get any luck checking fridges for things I can plant. Bubblegum. Toaster. I do need to loot a lot of stuff here. Is that toy car? I think those have screws. I do need to do a proper loot through of this place at some point. Actually, let's take that empty milk bottle for some glass. Can use it for light bulbs and whatnot. Nope. Let's get rid of this. Okay, well, let's take a moment here to actually look at our weapons. And also go to apparel and get rid of t-shirt and slacks. And put that in there. And let's break some things down. Oops, tab. Right, so we want to actually pick up a lot of leather stuff, because we can break it down to get leather, and it's one of the best ways to get leather. And you need leather for a lot of armor upgrades, especially if you're wearing leather armor, which is likely what you're going to be wearing this early on. Okay, I can upgrade this to insulated lining with very easy to get stuff, so let's go ahead and do that. That increases our energy resistance quite a bit. Doubles it, actually. So, leather is a lot better protecting you from energy weapons than it is conventional, you know, bullets and melee, which is mostly what you're fighting. Which means I don't want to hold on to the leather for too long, but it is worth upgrading a little bit. Not right now, though. So, we got our weapons station here. Let's go ahead and scrap any multiples of things right off the bat. And we're not going to use the pipe stuff. The pipe weaponry, it's pretty garbage. We're also probably not going to use a tire iron or a switchblade. And we could replace the baton with the knuckles, actually. Yeah, they're basically the same strength. And I'd rather go into melee, so no more baton. We'll use the knuckles instead. So blacksmith level 1 would let me get this thing fully upgraded. Armor piercing, target bleeds. God. Wow, I could actually do that now. I mean, I would just have to go get the perk and then I could do that. And that looks pretty powerful, actually. The 10mm pistol is a weapon that surprisingly is actually pretty badass if you heavily invest into it throughout the game. You can make it very good for a gun that uses such an inexpensive ammo type. Oh, right, I have an auto pistol there, I can get rid of that. Double barrel shotgun is a good one. Shotguns in general are pretty useful, although we will replace this with a combat shotgun at some point. Like I said earlier, laser muskets, really good. Those are worth investing heavily in. The minigun, I doubt I'm going to be using a ton. I might bank it or even give it to an ally at some point. But for now, let's back out. Store all junk. Alright. And let's go ahead and spend that point on level 1 of Gun Nut. Actually, no, not Gun Nut. What am I thinking? I want to get the Knuckle upgrade first, actually. So we're going to go level 1 Blacksmith. This is my first time ever using melee in a playthrough, then, because, well, I've hardly played the game, but, you know. Molotovs don't stay good for very long, so might as well make use of them while I can still get some kills on them. There we go. Knuckles upgrade bladed. That's the best those knuckles are going to get, but it's pretty good, so I'm not complaining. Bladed knuckles. Let's see what that looks like. It's only one of them? I thought I was wearing two of them. Whatever. Quick save there. Never know when you're going to crash. And let's get our pistol upgraded a bit. So there are downsides and upsides to most mods. For instance, you can see here the heavy frame does make the damage better by 1 point, which I don't think is worth it, but it makes it a lot heavier. We need more adhesive for most things. So you know what? Let's actually stop modding for now. Because adhesive is used for just about everything. Adhesive is not hard to get, though. Anytime you pick up glue, tape, anything that's adhesive. And once you have a good farming operation going, you can make vegetable starch, which is 5 adhesive each, which is actually quite a bit of adhesive. Speaking of farming, though, we need food. So I'm going to go ahead and... Is that a used oil can? Sweet. Oil is useful. Have to hunt around a little bit. Right, I'm going to go take another nap over at my house. And, oh, is that a globe? That's right, globes have screws in them, which make them pretty good. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep. And if no melons are grown by morning, then I'm going to figure something out. Oh, wow, foggy morning. I do think the weather effects in this game are really cool. I really appreciate that they added fog and stuff. I just think it adds a lot to the atmosphere. And foggy days, like, that really impacts gameplay, having these foggy days, too. No melons grown, but maybe she picked some. Let's go ahead and check our stockpile. I doubt we'll have any in the stockpile, though, actually, now that I think about it, because, doubt we'll have any in the stockpile because it will have been eaten. Correct! Because we do not have a surplus of that. Damn it. Sturgis, you wanna...
I want to trade a few things.
Fuck. Well, he regenerates ammo to steal. Right, you got anything for me?
Need something? I really appreciate you helping us out here.
Do you not want to talk right now?
Stay sharp. Don't let your guard down.
Okay, whatever. I thought he was gonna talk to me.
Let's trade.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't be very good company right now.
Well, might as well go talk to some people.
I just want to trade a few things.
What?
And last person to talk to is the old lady. She's marked off, right? She the one who's over here? I think I got a glimpse of her. Yep.
Ma'am.
Sanctuary. I knew you'd join us here, kid. Your energy is tied to this place.
Yep, I lived here.
I used to live here. A long time ago.
Ah, but the distant past ain't so distant for you. I saw you leave that icebox. This whole world is like some bad dream you can't wake up from, isn't it? The sight can help you, kid. It always has answers. Just gotta bring me some jet so I can see what it wants to tell you.
Now, I do think you're crazy, and if you're not crazy, I call fucking bullshit, because since when does Fallout have goddamn magic in it? Yeah, since when does it have magic in it? I was thinking Fallout 2 for a second, I was like, wait a minute, did the shaman actually have magic powers? Then I thought a little bit, and I was like, no, I don't think he actually had magic powers. And even the native dude you could get on your team in that game, whose name escapes me, Shulk? No, that's a fucking guy from Smash Brothers. Well, from Xenoblade? He's from something. Sulik? I feel like the guy from Fallout 2 is Sulik. You could talk to him about Grampy Bones, the bone in his nose, and he said he would consult a spirit, but I'm fairly sure he was just a little bit crazy, and that was his way of talking to you about things. So I don't think there's ever been magic in Fallout. Other than Fallout 3, where the Gek literally had a magic field fly out from it, which I call bullshit on. It's one of my biggest complaints with that game. But anyway, I think she's insane, and I'm totally gonna find her some chems because I want her to OD.
I'll see if I can find some.
My hero.
Now, I've never done any of her side quests before. I know she's got side quests. Never done any of it before, and I don't know what the result is, but I totally hope I make her out OD. So, first time I find some jet out in the world, she can have all of it. In fact, maybe I'll get a chance to use the what's it called? The chemistry bench to make her some Ultra Jet or something. Mix it with some, I don't know, rat poison. So a lot of people probably don't know because it's on the outskirts here, but you do have a chemistry station way out here. Very useful moneymaker, being a drug peddler. So let's move it to somewhere more convenient. It's right on the border, too, so it's really easy to not be able to bring up your menu due to being so close to the border, like is what you saw there. So my camera kept changing. So, until further notice, I'm just going to move it here. That looks a bit better. Right. Save before you go into it. Chemistry station. Can we make anything right now? We can make jet, right? Because all you need is plastic and fertilizer. Because jet, if you talked to Moirin in Fallout 2, the creator of jet, he tells you that that jet is basically just an inhaler with the fumes of Brahmin shit. So cow shit. That I believe the Brahmin were fed like he started feeding the Brahmin like mutafruit, like specially made mutafruit to make them shit a lot. So you're basically just huffing fumes of shit. Just seeing what we can do here. Cutting fluid, by the way, is oil. It's not nearly as common to use oil as it's not as common to use oil as adhesive. And the stuff you need to make the cutting fluid is a lot more valuable than the stuff you need to make vegetable starch, so I rarely make cutting fluid. So, see this cooking station here? Quick save with F5 before every time you go here, because I can't tell you how many fucking times I've clicked this and gotten stuck here, where it just locked me and I couldn't leave the menu. So, always save before you go in here. I actually don't know what the Dirty Wastelander does. I'm sure it's just some kind of alcohol. You can purify water with 3 dirty water. I recommend you don't do it because purified water is easy to get, and you can use dirty water for soups, but you can't use purified water. I don't know why, but that's how it works. So let's get some cooking going. Cooked food does not give you radiation, which is great. It also sells for more if you want to sell it, although it doesn't sell for much. So you need potatoes, which are like potato, tomato morphed into one. Purified water, mutafruit, and corn. So it's all stuff that is just from farming and purifying water. Easy to get. Alright, looks like we survived that trip to the cooking station. Oh, let's get rid of these. And I think the place is pretty well cleaned up. So I might actually cut this crafting episode short and have an episode of going out into the world so I can get some crops. And then have another episode of crafting and building after. That might work. Oops. Let's just go ahead and drop off. Oh, we don't have any junk to drop off. Right, because when you scrap things, it goes straight to the workshop, thankfully. All right, lady.
Hey.
Got your jet for you.
Good without the
Handmade.
gas. You have that jet?
Here. 1 hit of jet.
You did good. Now, let me ride the high to where the site wants to take me. Diamond City holds answers.
Not bad experience.
They're locked tight. You ask them what they know, but people's hearts are chained up with fear and suspicion. But you find it. You find that heart that's gonna lead you to your boy. Oh, it's bright. So bright against the dark alleys it walks. That's what you need to do, kid. Follow the signs to the bright heart.
Fuck.
Wow. That took more out of me than usual. I'm gonna need to rest now, kid.
Oh, that was a flagrant waste of my time. Are you gonna give me another quest
Mama
an hour
Murphy.
later?
Got a favor to ask you, kid. I know it's silly, but I need a chair. Something with a nicer fit for these old bones. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, that sounds easy.
Can't you just use any chair?
The sight's been real exhausting lately. Got aches and pains, even when I'm lying down. I know it's odd asking for a fitted chair in this day and age, but it really helped me out, kid.
Yeah,
Sure.
sounds
Glad to
like
help.
easy
Thank
experience to
you.
me. Build her a chair. Let's mark off that quest, I guess. And don't know where she needs it, but chairs. Is there like any special thing? I just want to make sure there isn't a oh, special tab. Mama Murphy's chair. Okay. Well, here's your chair. I guess this is your house now. That was good experience for building a chair. That's better than making jet. Where do I check actually if I still have well rested? I still do. Okay. Good knowing I'm getting bonus experience for this.
Let me get in my chair and we can talk.
All right, get in your chair. So one thing that's very useful for assigning people due to the horrible UI, I think it's under resources miscellaneous. A bell lets you call everyone to a certain area in town. I like to have my bell right there. Another thing is if you don't like to scavenge a whole lot, scavenging stations are nice. You can assign people to them and they'll get miscellaneous junk and put it in your storage, but they're not really necessary if you pick up a lot of junk.
Hey.
Or if you have a lot of
Come back
money.
Later. Need to rest before the sight can help you again.
Can I just sleep right here? I just wanna... Let's just do 16 hours or something. And we're gonna see if that's enough to get a new quest from her. Because I'm curious, I have no idea what's next. Is she just sleeping in this chair the whole night?
You need the sight? It's telling me Mentats will give us the right high for another insight into your destiny.
At least Mentats makes sense for this.
Here you go.
Ah,
Yeah, apparently I had
that's
some,
it.
didn't even
I can
realize.
feel the sight opening up. You're looking for a man. He can help you. But he ain't gonna be the man you expect. He's somewhere deep and dark, surrounded by folks with nothing but cruel intentions. But there's an echo, something in the past that can help you. When you meet the fat man and the angry woman, tell them to remember the quarry and Lily June on the rocks, and they'll let you and your friend pass. Don't mind me, kid. The chems are just acting up a bit. I'll be fine, eventually.
Alright, I'm telling you now, and don't spoil, if the advice she just gave me of saying those exact words, if I get in that situation, and I'm sure I will, if that works, I call fucking bullshit, and that is magic right there. Because if I just talk to some people and say that, and that works as a random sentence, then she would have to have known and literally seen the future and known that that would work. Because, like, what is the alternative? If she's talking specifically about whoever these two people are and knows exactly what this thing is that needs to occur, and knows that saying this thing will help, she has to know what's going on and know the relevance of whatever the hell gibberish she told me to say. That would be wizardry.
Mama Murphy.
Tired. The sight takes a toll on you.
Alright, I want more free experience. No, you don't get this bed. I want more free experience.
Come back for the sight? I need Med X this time. Another chem, another window to look through.
Man, you're throwing me some softballs. You're giving me all the stuff that I already have. Why do you need Med-X? It's morphine. Med-X is essentially morphine. It's damage resistance. What a weird thing to ask for. Like, Mentats made sense. It makes you smarter.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, it just makes everything feel good, don't it? I'm starting to see clearly. You're walking into a sea, but it's not water you're afraid of drowning in. It's something invisible, but radiant.
Radiation.
It burns everything in it.
Radiation.
No, I can feel them. There's people calling out to something, chanting.
The Church of the
They can
Atomic
show you
Bomb?
the way, but they're so hard to read. Be careful around them, kid. I can't. I almost thought I couldn't breathe there.
Yes! Progress!
Heart's beating like
Oh man,
no
please
tomorrow.
ask for some fucking like Psycho
I need to
next.
rest.
Mama Murphy.
I'm all right, kid. Just need to take it easy.
Ah, no, I don't want her to be alright. 8 more hours! 8 more hours!
Using the sight.
Oh, apparently she didn't finish her sentence the whole night. She must be out of it.
We're gonna need a heavy hitter for the sight to keep working, kid. Buff out ought to do it.
So now you just want straight up steroids.
I'll find some.
Just let me know.
Well, she said her heart was beating like crazy. If I give her buff out, her heart may explode. So this might be the final one. I don't know. I get the feeling that she's not gonna die until, and I really do think she's gonna die from this. I really do think it'll kill her eventually. I bet you she's not gonna die until I give her some kind of like homemade drug I have to do, like something really hardcore, like buff out mixed with Psycho. That'll fucking kill you. So, where's the chemist perk? Is that intelligence? Here's intelligence. Hacker, scrapper, science, chemist. That's pretty high level. That's level 7 intelligence for chemist. Yeah. So I noticed that chems seem to be less addictive in this game. Considering I've shot up quite a few chems in this file alone. At that moment in the fight with the Deathclaw, I didn't get addicted. Like, back in Fallout 2 when they introduced Jet had a 50% addiction rate every time you used it. I think everything else had like 20-ish. But Jet, the whole point of Jet is that it's incredibly addictive and cheap to make, so like, there were entire towns in Fallout 2 where the currency was basically Jet. Like, the Den, you could use gold coins, which was the currency at that point, because they stopped using bottle caps after the first one, went to gold coins because those were being minted by the NCR, and then the other games went back to bottle caps. I guess it's because they're in different areas. But, in the Den, currency was basically Jet there. Before we end this episode, because I can't progress with the food thing, I think I'm going to just wrap up this episode. Wrap up this episode, and then we'll go and do another episode of building and stuff once we have more crops. But before we do that, let's finish up our crafting for the episode. So first, power armor station. I want to repair the arms, because that way I don't need to carry them anymore. Right, they have to be equipped. So, these T-45 parts is the weakest power armor parts in the game so far as I know, so they only require steel to repair most parts. So you need circuitry for the chest, and I think you need something special for the helmet too? No, just the chest, okay. Okay, well, the health on this thing is fully recovered. I think we have 1 or 2 fusion cores left for using this thing. And if we go, you can do special upgrades for every single piece of this thing. You'll need armor and science, though, for certain parts of it. So we will want our intelligence at some point. Increasing the model just makes it stronger, and way more, a lot more. If you go to material mods, this is paint jobs. You can get bonuses for paint jobs, some paint jobs at least. Miscellaneous usually is dependent on what part of the body it is, but it's like little side bonuses, and headlamp for the head is just the color of your flashlight, I believe. Don't think it does anything special. This one's called a red tactical, so maybe it's better? I don't know. But we'll wait and see. Whatever, we got that repaired though, so we've got it there to use whenever, and I do not have a power core in it right now. because if we get attacked, I don't want some random asshole in the village using my power armor and getting killed or something, because I have had a glitch before where a random Minuteman spawned, went in the armor, and then despawned, and the power armor was just gone. I had to reload an old save. It was pretty bullshit, so I highly recommend you do not keep fusion cores and power armor. You keep it in your inventory or in your town inventory. But we must have quite a bit of water now, actually, because we've waited so many days. Only 5 spare. Still useful, and all of our junk is put away. Let's go ahead and go to data. Diamond City, provide food for Sanctuary. Settlers at 10 Pine Bluffs, right, so that's our first Minuteman quest, which Minuteman quests are getting more settlements. I don't really care about any of these at the moment, so next episode, we're just going to explore into the wastes. No given goal, just explore, loot, and have some fun. So, all I'm gonna do now is sleep until morning, and then next episode, we're gonna start on the bridge out of town. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.